Okay, thank you again for joining me today. This is going to be quite a controversial subject. Most people have been told for decades that these accounts are the gold standard for retirement. But today we're peeling back the curtain to see the truth. We're going to have people on both sides of the fence. Some will defend traditional plans until the end because that's what they were taught, while others are finally waking up to the systemic risks. Healthy debate is how we truly learn to protect ourselves. What we're going to talk about today is the fact that 401k's and IRAs are both traps. You heard right. They are designed to look like benefits, but for many, they lead to significant account value loss and a financial dead end when you need the money most. To understand why, we have to look at the history. Did you know the 401k was never meant to be your primary retirement vehicle? It was a tax loophole discovered in 1978, meant to supplement pensions, not replace them entirely. Corporations loved it because it shifted all the risk from the company onto the employee. They traded the security of a guaranteed pension for the volatility of the stock market, and they called it a benefit. It saved them billions while leaving you exposed. 401k's are traps set by your workplace, often under the guise of helping you save. And IRAs are traps designed by the government to control your liquidity and dictate when and how you can access your own money. Both limit your freedom. Your workplace offers you a 401k option because they get a massive deduction from the government for that company match. It's a huge win for the corporation's bottom line. But is it a win for your future? Usually, the answer is no. They tell you it's free money, but that little company match often doesn't even cover the taxes you'll be forced to pay later. You're trading a small, immediate gain for a massive compounded tax bill in retirement. It's bait on a hook. Think about it. When your distributions begin at retirement, you're paying taxes on the whole pie, every dollar of growth, not just what you put in. The government becomes your largest, uninvited partner. It's simple math. Would you rather pay taxes on the seed, the small amount you contribute today, or on the harvest, the much larger amount you hope to have in 30 years? Most people are choosing to tax the harvest, which is financial suicide. And here's the kicker. You're postponing taxes today to pay them at an unknown rate in the future. With our national debt at record highs, do you really believe tax rates will be lower when you retire? It's a massive gamble with your security. The government effectively owns a lien on your 401k. They can increase that lien at any time just by changing tax laws. You don't truly own that money. You're just managing it for them until they decide it's time for you to pay up. We also have to consider the opportunity cost. Every dollar you send to the government in taxes is a dollar that stops growing for you. Over 30 years, that missing growth can equal hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost wealth. Because both 401k's and IRAs are directly linked to the performance of the stock market, your retirement security is at the mercy of Wall Street. If the market crashes the year you retire, your plans evaporate instantly. You're left with no time to recover. And we can't forget the silent killer, inflation. Traditional plans don't protect your purchasing power. If the dollar loses value while your account is stagnant, you're losing money, even if the balance stays the same. You're getting poorer quietly. This is called sequence of returns risk. Losing money right before or during retirement is devastating. Even if your average return looks okay over 20 years, a crash at the wrong time can bankrupt your plan. Think about what a dollar bought 30 years ago versus today. If your retirement plan doesn't account for the eroding value of our currency, you'll find yourself with a large balance that buys very little. You'll be a millionaire who can't afford groceries. Then there's the RMD trap, required minimum distributions. The government forces you to take money out and pay taxes on it, whether you need it or not, once you reach a certain age. They want their cut, and they want it now. You don't even control the timing of your own income. If the market is down, the government still forces the distribution, locking in those losses and triggering a tax bill you might not be prepared for. It's the ultimate loss of control. We also need to look at the fees. Many 401k's are loaded with hidden management fees, administrative costs, and expense ratios that eat away at your compound interest every single year. You're paying for the privilege of taking all the risk. A seemingly small 1% fee can actually strip away 10 years or more of growth over your working life. You're taking 100% of the risk, but the fund managers are taking a huge chunk of the reward without any skin in the game. You want your growth to happen in tax-free environments. Traditional 401k's and IRAs do the opposite. They let you save a little on the seed, but then tax every single dollar of growth at the highest possible rates later. It's a bad trade. This brings us to asset location. Where you keep your money is just as important as what you invest in. If all your assets are in taxable buckets, you've built a retirement on a foundation of shifting sand. Now, some will point to the Roth 401k as a solution. While the tax-free growth is better, you're still trapped in the stock market. You're still subject to the same volatility and lack of liquidity. It's a better trap, but it's still a trap. Even in a Roth, if the market crashes, your balance crashes. You've paid the taxes up front, but you're still gambling with the result. There's a better way to get tax-free growth without the market risk and with full liquidity. One thing people rarely talk about is asset protection. In many states, traditional retirement accounts aren't fully protected from lawsuits or creditors. Some of the alternatives I'll show you offer ironclad protection for your wealth. These qualified plans come with a mountain of rules. Prohibited transactions, limits on how much you can put in, and penalties for taking it out too soon. Why should the government have more say over your money than you do? Coming back to the IRA, it's a trap designed to keep your money locked away. They give you a small bribe today, that $7,500 deduction, just to gain control over your future and ensure they get their cut later. And don't forget, your 401k distributions can cause your Social Security benefits to be taxed more heavily. It's a double taxation trap that can drain your income precisely when you need it most. It's a hidden tax on your hard work. As I said, there are very rare times when that deduction is necessary, but for 99% of people, it's a strategic mistake. Why risk a 30% market drop for a small tax break today? The math doesn't work. So what is the alternative? Imagine a strategy that offers a 0% floor. When the market crashes 20 or 30%, your money stays exactly where it is. You lose nothing. Zero chance of loss. You only participate in the gains. This is the power of mirroring. Your account reflects the growth of the index without being invested in the downside. It's the ultimate sleep at night factor. You never have to check the market with fear again. Knowing that your floor is fixed and your gains are protected provides a level of certainty that traditional plans simply can't offer. This is the peace of mind you truly deserve for your golden years. No more market anxiety. You can have tax-free income, even on the gains, and liquid access to your money whenever you need it, without penalties or government-mandated ages. You are the one in control of your financial destiny, not the IRS. This is the concept of being your own bank. Instead of begging for a loan or paying penalties, you can use your own capital while it continues to grow for your retirement. It's the ultimate form of financial liquidity and power. Need to buy a car, a home, or fund a business venture? You can access your money without losing the compound interest growth. You're using the same dollar for two different purposes at the same time. It's genius math. With these strategies, you can often take loans against your balance, where the growth continues to offset the interest cost. It's a way to keep your money working for you, even while you're using it for your life today. When you borrow from a bank, they make the interest. When you borrow from yourself in this way, you keep the momentum of your wealth. You stop the leaking of interest to outside institutions forever. Don't listen to the bobbleheads on TV and YouTube who tell you to just ride it out. They aren't the ones who will be short on cash in retirement. They want you to keep your money in their system so they can collect their fees. A loss of value is a loss of potential. If your account drops, you've lost buying power and you've lost the momentum of compound interest. Don't let anyone tell you it isn't real until you withdraw. That's a dangerous lie. When you lose 20%, you need a 25% gain just to get back to even. That's time and growth you can never recover. These traditional traps are stealing your most valuable asset, your time. You can't get it back. Every year you spend recovering from a market loss is a year of growth you've lost forever. Time is the one thing we can't make more of. Stop letting traditional plans steal your future growth from you today. These alternatives also allow you to build a multi-generational legacy. Unlike a 401k that can be decimated by estate taxes and RMDs, these plans provide a tax-free transfer of wealth to your heirs. It's true wealth. They often include a significant death benefit that provides immediate protection for your family. It's not just a savings plan. It's a comprehensive financial safety net for those you love most in the world. And because these plans are private contracts, they often bypass the long, expensive process of probate. Your family gets the support they need immediately. without government interference or public records. Always look at the net return, not the gross. An 8% return in a 401k might only be a 5% net after taxes and fees. A 5% return in a tax-free account is actually 5%. It's about what you keep, not what you make. You've worked hard for your money for decades. You deserve a retirement built on certainty, safety, and control. Don't let traditional traps dictate the quality of your golden years and your legacy. We've covered a lot today, from the tax traps and market volatility to hidden fees and inflation. These are the systemic risks that the bobbleheads don't want you to think about because it hurts their business. You've worked hard for your money for decades. You deserve a retirement built on certainty, safety, and control. Don't let traditional traps dictate the quality of your golden years and your legacy. The path forward starts with a choice today. You can continue to follow the crowd into traditional traps, or you can choose a safer, more predictable way to build and protect your wealth for the long term. Every situation is unique. What works for your neighbor might not be the best fit for you. That's why I offer personal strategy sessions to look at your specific numbers and help you find the best path for your goals. Every situation is unique. What works for your neighbor might not be the best fit for you. That's why I offer personal strategy sessions to look at your specific numbers and goals. Click on the link below for a 15-minute discovery call. We can discuss your concerns one-on-one and see if these safer alternatives are the right fit for your family's future and your peace of mind. We'll book a Zoom appointment for a more in-depth look into your situation. No pressure, just a neighborly talk about protecting what you've built and building a retirement you can actually count on every day. Remember, we want to build for the future, but we must protect for today. Protect what matters most. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to helping you secure a safe and prosperous future.